The Central Club.
Do you ever get sweet tooth or just fancy a treat? Or maybe you're just on the munchies? I know I do. Go and check the local Boss Man bringing you global flavours at Boss Man Sweets and Treats at Kylium Road, Newport, MP19. Also available online and coming to a store in Cardiff very, very soon. Do you need a work uniform? Want to start a clothing brand? Or maybe you have a football kit that needs a logo printed? Well, if I was you, I'd get in touch with the Re-Inspire Printing Company down Treforest Industrial Estate for the finest printing and embroidery in Wales. I use them for my custom-made mankini, but you could use them for t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and many, many other things. What's going on, people? Welcome to the Central Club. This episode is brought to you by Re-Inspire Printing and Boss Man Sweets. I'm just going to go straight into it, boys. We're on episode 10.
Whoosh! Episode 5+5.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, obviously, bit different this one. We're kind of going to go and reflect on the first 8 guests we've had and, just take it in our strides and reflect a bit on how, the Central Club has grown in the last month or two.
It's mad.
It's gone mad.
It's not on what we expected to, innit, boys? Literally.
To be honest, it's exceeded my expectations.
Yeah,
like
massively.
To hit 1,000 subs in such a small, within 7 episodes we hit a K. Like, that's crazy.
Even Gaz was like, Raz, and he's got millions of subscribers. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Definitely. I think, it's what we've put into it, though, boys, at the end of the day. And, I believe what we're doing is genuine, pure, and it's something that's needed in the city of Cardiff.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It's quite surreal looking. I haven't really looked back, but I will probably tonight or something and have a look back at like our first episode, our opening episode, and how far we've come from there.
Yeah,
it's not even long time ago. I just want to say to everyone a big thank you for all the support you've shown. We've all had messages and family and friends come up to us saying how well we've done, and we just want to say a big thank you to you. A big thank you to all our subscribers. Obviously, it's constantly growing.
Even random people on the street, bro. Like people, where was I the other day? I was sat in Nando's. I was literally just sat in Nando's having just me and my mate's Pav. We were just having food, and a kid a guy walks into Nando's and just says, "Bro, I just want to say well done on the podcast." And I was just like, I don't even know who this guy is.
Yeah. Same thing happened to me in the gym. Well, obviously, I know him, but not know him. But I see him. I'm like, yo, I don't know if you'll watch this, but shout out to him. Yeah, he just literally said, yo, you that guy from the Central Club, and obviously,
and just for people to know, like that, we deflect any positivity, same as negativity. We're so grounded, like, and we're just gonna keep on bringing you. Gonna constantly keep on bringing you the episodes, like the work rate's there, the hunger's there, and we had Mark Drakeford on 2 weeks ago. Like we did, how we pulled him, like Tom, how you patterned that was just crazy. Like, do you know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is that next week we might have Alan from round the corner who's just got an inspiring story who no one knows, and that's what we stick to most is the value, and we're not going to sell out or nothing like that, and that's 100. Why we're so good. Like,
yeah, it's completely raw, to be honest, and. Like you said, it's not just about getting famous people on. It's about getting people on from all walks of life, people who have had mad experiences, people who have changed their lives, had their own level of success. And, even going back to, we had a lot of hate for getting Darren G on. We did. We got a lot of stick for that.
Most controversial heads.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Well, his, let's be honest, his is blown up the most. And, Darren, his numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
But
32,000 views is on currently right now as we're recording this. So by the time this is out, it's probably could be on 40,000 views.
And you know what as well? Still chatting to him. He still shows respect.
This is one thing I want to say to people as well. People say, he falls out with his own shadow, or the guy still, you've seen the voice note, he still speaks to us to this day, and I just think he's misunderstood, and to those people out there, in the comments and that people are like, you're daft, or, the moment I seen you had Darren G on was the moment I unsubscribed. I don't really care, mate, to be honest. Like, he came on and give us a positive message. What he does in his personal life is up to him. He came on, and those people who don't really know who Darren G is, if they watch that episode and watch that, they will see the positivity he brought into that 100%. Podcast. He spoke nothing but strong.
At the end of the day, there was a message there, like, do you know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
He is a character, like, but that's what I love him, and obviously a lot of people like to enjoy seeing him on podcasts and on his lives and whatever. So I'll stick at that. Honestly.
He came with a strong message. He had strong opinions on certain things, but actually, if you look at the episode overall and the message that he was bringing, it was calm. Like, like I said, he got strong opinions, but really, you can see through what he's been through.
He's had a mad life.
Yeah.
Yeah, give him a break.
Just let him get on with it, and he'll find his own way, like he has already.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't clock that, do they? People like, do you get me? Like,
No.
It's like he ain't a normal head, bro. He's lived a different type of life.
To him is different to someone
like
ourselves.
People are like, oh, why is he like that? Why is he like? He does this. A lot of people say this is why they don't like him. Yeah, he contradicts himself. He says this and then he's doing that. Yeah, but like no one's perfect at the end of the day. And if his core message is something good, then let him be. Like,
he could have came on our podcast really and sabotaged and just started talking about other people and dramas. He never. And before that, he even said, "I'll talk about whatever you want to talk about." So I respect him for that. We went for food after with him, and so who else, boys, have you enjoyed watching on the podcast? They've all brought.
They're good for different reasons.
Yeah,
and also you couldn't pair two of them and go, well, they were quite similar.
Yeah, no, you're right. And that's what a lot of people have said they liked about it.
Everyone has said to me, I don't know if they've said it to you, but Ibby's episode was by far the best episode we did.
Ibby's one was
the most interesting. 100%.
That's
people are fascinated by him.
Yeah, he is a really interesting guy, and the way things he's been through in life and how he's managed to reach the level he has from Cardiff. It's things that people can only dream of. Do you know what I mean? And he's done it.
Just the local head as well.
Yeah. What about you, Lou? What's been your favourite?
With Ibby's one, I felt like I was inspired by watching it, but not as much as like the other ones. No, inspired by being there, like listening to the story. But when I went home and watched it, it was like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm inspired from watching it, sort of thing. But actually being there, Talk to Coco's one, man. Because I can't lie, after Talk to Coco's one, I was thinking, yo, do you know what? I'm feeling mad inspired right now. I'm going to go on a run.
What? On a run? You went on a run?
I don't know. I just better yourself, innit?
Oh, right. Yeah. No,
just felt
like... Yeah. Do you know what? Let's come on then. Let's go back then, yeah? Because they all deserve it, right?
Yeah, all of them. Like,
let's go start, like, Thea, bro.
Thea.
He was our first episode.
Thea, like, but... What a guy, like. And he showed us nothing but love as well.
Yeah, I'm so glad we had Thea on first, because we were obviously breaking into... He was the first one. We had our first episode with it was the three of us. And then how were we going to bring that dynamic in? And he's a talker. And he carried us there. He did. And,
even 4 hours after we finished filming, he was
out there. Yeah. Legend. Like,
top guy.
Who was after Thea then? Was
obviously,
Phil?
You had Phil. Yeah.
Phil.
Tracks.
What a nice guy. Do you know what? Yeah. He's inspired me a lot as a person. So, hats off to that kid.
And do you know what? A lot of people come up to me, especially from my area, saying, do you know what? The opinion I had on Phil before, any of this, even when I found that you was having him on, I was like, well, like, they were just like blown back with how genuine he was, how educational he was when he was, the things he was talking about music, and I opened a lot of people's eyes. And I was humbled by him massively with Phil, because I grew up with him years ago and I had my opinions on him, but when he came in and done that, it kind of
shows a different side of
himself. Like,
my boy Lofi said he watched Phil's one and he was gassed. He said after that he was watching all the Asteroid Boys videos and he was properly invested in him. So Phil definitely showed himself as a good side. And he's a likeable guy at the end of the day. Do you know what I
mean? 100%.
Then we had Darren G.
Yeah, do you know, boys, right? Listen, right, I know we're going back to Darren, like, but the fact that we was on episode 4, right? It was episode 4, like, and I was speaking to Darren before we even done episode 1. The fact he come down, like, I was quite surprised. Like, when we rocked up, like, when he was outside. Because the night before, he was like, listen, lad, because he says on the beginning of the episode, it was an experience. He was ringing me up, showing me videos of him staying in some homeless place. All these alcoholics. And he was like, listen, but I'm going home. I was like, don't go home. And he ended up staying here. So when we seen him down here, just there with his L5 leaflets, like, outside the Kin and Elk, I was just like, oh my God.
I know. I remember I pulled up in the car and I was like, it's him in the flesh. Like
That's when I realised, like, we're doing podcasts now. Because before doing all this, like, obviously we all watch Rogan, Theo Von, and, you know, all these American ones.
James English as well.
This is what I'm saying. But in the UK, James English was the podcast you'd watch, or True Geordie. And the first James English I watched was Darren G's. So, like, seeing him here was just like, yo, this is mad. Like,
reality check.
So sick.
Yeah.
Like, we pulled that one out the bag.
Yeah.
You pulled that out the bag, Cole. You got him on here, so that was sick.
I was disappointed in, like, when we had him on, we could have done a bit more with him. But at the end of the day, you know, we're on episode 4. Like, what are we supposed to do?
He come back on as well. He said he'd come back on that.
Yeah, well, you know, I think he will. And, you know, I hope he achieves more great things and we can get him down with something else to do.
I want to see that book written, me.
Yeah, I want to read it, me.
Yeah, same. 100%.
Like, listen to it.
100%, boys. Talk to Coco.
Yeah.
Jinx. Yeah, but you know what a legend, like, she is, like, for the first woman to come in, like, and
she smashed it for the girls, didn't she?
she patterned, like, ever since, like, I don't know which girl to bring on now, because they're just gonna, you know, they're gonna have to up their bar, like, you know, I know it doesn't matter if you're boy or girl, but for, you know, for someone to come in and just smash it. Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
like, so.
no, and his story's the mad, like, it's just mad, isn't it?
What she's been through mentally and the things that she's overcome, ADHD, rare brain conditions, also dealing with, you know,
bipolar.
Yeah, so much.
Being gay.
And it was like, didn't she say something about meningitis as well? Like,
meningitis.
All these things she's fighting.
That's why she's still working.
I know. She works with her head high, and she's like, I rate her.
Oh yeah, I missed, you know, when we were in when we went Five Guys yesterday, she actually snapped me. If you're watching, she was in the cinema. We just missed her. She was in the cinema. She went and watched That Quiet Place.
Odeon.
Yeah, it was the other one on the bay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was good. So shout out to Coco on that one. Like, you know, next Ibby to Rafter, was it?
Yeah, Ibby.
Yeah, Ibby. Episode 666. Of course it was.
Yeah, smashed it again. Another amazing story. What we were saying earlier, really. But personally, my favorite one that we've had in terms of, like, the gems and the story, and
But it really touched me at the end when he was on about how we met years ago. Yeah, it's just mad, like, bro, because I could tell how like distant he was when I first seen him around you after getting clean and stuff. And then he was like, yeah, man, I don't know how to tell you this, but I gave you money before in town. And I was just like, oh, fuck, you know. Do you know what I mean? But such a cool guy, like, you know, like, do you know what I mean? I've watched a few of his things after, because I didn't really do much, I didn't do much researching into him because I obviously knew a lot about him before. But ever since we've done the podcast he's done other. I've watched, like, speeches he done in Cathay School, and I watched the BBC documentary after as well. And just watching him, man,
cool guy.
I don't know what to say, really. Like, you know, he's a legend,
Smash,
mate.
Then we had, obviously, number 7, Drizzy Drayford.
Wow,
that's so mad. That is. I can't believe we had basically the Prime Minister
people
of
still
Wales.
say to me now, like, how have you got Drayford on the show? Like,
insane that was.
I like that he came on, because it just shows, that he's not what people think he is. Like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that for my own political agenda. He came on and said, listen, boys, I'll say whatever you want me to.
yeah, and for the record as well, like,
Not say answer.
what we do is, obviously, we like to keep this as organic as possible. We don't like to really edit if we don't have to. And when we obviously wrap up recording, we'll say to our guests, like, is there anything you feel uncomfortable about with, or and he was just like, no, just leave it. Just, you know, I'm fine. Like,
anybody who watches that episode with an open mind will realise that he's actually a decent person, and anybody that, you know, because there's people who say he's a clown and he's this and he's that and all his nicknames that he's got. Look, I don't really get involved with politics, but I know from meeting that guy that he's thoughtful and he actually means well. So, okay, you might have closed down your gym for a period of time, or you might have closed down your barbershop for a period of time, but looking back now, I can kind of see why he did that and why that was necessary, because otherwise we would have ended up in a even more of a mess than what we're in now. So that's my personal opinion.
People don't like that he's out of touch, do they?
I didn't like him before I met him. I thought this guy is just out to just control this whole. Do you get me? But, like, Nah, I rate him.
You're damned if you do. You're damned if
Exactly.
you
He's
don't.
got a tough job, so some people need to just learn how to get off their high horse and just sort of, realise that some people have got a tough job. So that's it.
Someone has to do it, and
Yeah.
and as well with Drakeford, like he says on the episode as well. Some people are like born into that life of politics.
Yeah.
He weren't. He wanted to help out. Like you know, like the fact he was just a counsellor or a probation in Ely,
Yeah.
helping less unfortunate families, and he wanted to make the change. Instead of making the individual change, he wanted to do the realise the system.
Should speak for himself, that, innit?
And nothing happens overnight, so
Get off his
fair play to
case.
him. And leave him
Literally
alone.
just get off his case. Like, do you get me? Boom. Obviously, we had number 8, Biggie.
Yeah, man, fucking Biggie's. To be honest, like I had the best time with Biggie. I've never laughed so much in what we do here. And just like, loads of people used to say like, oh, you want to get Biggie on the podcast? You want to get Biggie? And I was like, I don't know, but he actually done himself justice.
You're right, because I didn't know whether like what narrative we would have come from, but actually, do you know what? Funniest one we've had.
Yeah,
I think we needed it.
Yeah.
I think we needed it because some people probably had a perception of our podcast being that, because let's be fair, we are jokers really, and we're trying to do like a good serious thing. So the fact that like, we never brought any of like the types of Biggies in the first 4 or 5 episodes, it was good that we done it for the people out there who just want to see something funny.
Laugh, And then
obviously last week, Gaz Oakley.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He's a top guy, Gaz, because do you know what I've realised? Even for myself, I was really closed-minded when it came to the whole sort of like diet, vegan, that sort of thing. But actually, he's really opened my mind. And, when he said, really, it's about the fuel that you put in your body. It's the same as like you wouldn't put crap fuel in a Ferrari. Yeah. And this is more important. So really, we should be looking after our bodies. Yeah, definitely.
And when you start to look after yourself as well, you start to feel better. And when you feel better, then like that helps with your mental health, like, man.
Well, my opinion is let's be fair. Out of all the guests we've had, when you talk about social media and doing bits now, I know Drakeford's big, but he's the biggest star out of all of them we've had so far.
Yeah, definitely.
And I had that perception of he's probably just a bit of an idiot, like
arrogant, maybe a little bit, but he's not.
Up himself.
Bro,
so humble.
what a nice guy, like.
Yeah, man, I rate him a lot.
And I think, I've got to learn that as myself as well, because obviously being on drugs for 10 years, I was a very envious person. You know that, boys. I'm full of hate, like. Still, I still have that.
It's not that you're full of hate. It's just obviously you feel, and you said this to me quite a lot of the time. You said to me, I feel as if I've missed out on opportunities. I could be where they are if I'd have wasn't in that situation.
Yeah, and it's just.
But Cole, if you look at it, you've come full circle.
Yeah.
So how can you even hate on yourself, or how can you be envious? Because really, you've come full circle now. You've come back around, and look at the situation you're in now.
Yeah,
it's so
hard
amazing.
sometimes. But when you're in that situation, when you're in it, like you can see how people are poisonous and infectious of that jealousy. Like, because I was that massively in life, in any walk of life, and it's some of it. I'll admit I'm not perfect now. Like I still get it. Like it's like. Yeah, automatically just shoots out at me when and
everyone makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Like I can be quite a condescending person sometimes. Like sometimes when I got so much going on and I'm quite pressured, sometimes I can just lose my rag.
Yeah, you say things sometimes like where like
but it's not even
why should you say that? But that's just the way you are, bro.
Sometimes it's just like everyone's got our faults and we're just trying to change how do you know what I mean?
But it's good like sometimes, if you ever have any problems, now you just got to iron them out, haven't you?
Yeah, facts. Because you're perfect, Luke.
No, I'm far from perfect, bro. But like sometimes you have got to look like.
But you know what? You're always in the middle of me and Tom, like.
Yeah, boy, shut up.
Because we're both quite like big people, like loud. What's the word? Like
idiots.
We talk our minds.
Yeah, we do.
And I think.
Oh, bro, all right. Nah, so then, episode 10, it was us.
How's things for you currently, though, Cole? Like, you get me?
Yeah, I'm doing really well, bro. Do you know what? So since when we first done the first podcast, I've spoken in a few more unis with, obviously, addiction. I did a podcast with Experience Real, Joe Robbins.
Go check that out as well.
Yeah, go and check that. That was just about my story. Do you know what I mean?
That's a good episode, that is. I enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, thanks. You came, didn't you, bro? You came with me.
It was sick.
I saw.
Serious.
I
No,
praised.
And then he made me walk up a mountain after, like, and I was just finished, man. But
Tabletop.
tabletop, yeah, Abergavenny or cricket.
Vlog coming soon.
Also, as well, you mentioned something on one of the previous episodes about your daughter.
Yeah, so basically I'm starting to see my daughter. I'm in contact. I've only seen her once since then, but like I'm starting to see it every other Saturday now. Like, and yeah, like obviously I didn't really want to go into it. I was just jumping into a conversation with someone else at the time. Like, but yeah, I haven't seen my daughter for 10. Like, my daughter's 10. She's coming up to 10 now. Like, so I never had nothing to do with her. The baby mother was just we were just young people. She lived in a flat near me. We ended up sleeping together. She had my kid, and I just didn't want nothing to do with her, especially being on drugs and stuff. And then when she was like 6,
what was it about being on drugs that stopped you from seeing it? Was it just like you didn't want it to like see you like that? What was it called?
that was a big part of it. But I'll be honest with you, like I could play that card if I really wanted to. I just didn't want it to see me like this, man, and I couldn't be fucked, if I'm honest, bro, as well. And I know that sounds rude, but I just didn't have time. You weren't
mature, like enough.
I weren't mature.
You weren't ready for it.
And not just, I weren't mature. I weren't ready. I didn't want it to see me like that. But also, if you've got a busy job and you ain't got enough hours in the day to, I don't know, do something nice for your friends. Having a heroin addiction, you just don't have enough time in the day to do anything apart from make sure your next fix is there. And that's what it was. When I was about 3 years ago, she was about 7. I come out of prison the one time and I tried to make an effort. And I seen her 3 weekends in the row. I took her to jump. I took her to ice skating the one time. And I took her out for food the other. And then I got recalled back to prison. And I realized then that I can't just go in and out of her life. I've either got to go in her life properly and sort my life out and never leave it, or
you
don't bother with
same
her.
thing now?
Well, obviously now I'm clean and I can pursue, get into her life now. This is the time,
nice.
Yeah.
Well done,
this is the time.
Sick,
yeah, thank you. And another big part about it as well, like, because I got clean now nearly a year ago. It's 11 months. I'm 11 months clean. So
nice. Yeah, it's almost that year mark. I have to do something for that, go for food or something like
and
that.
it's right. So I become a year clean. August the 1st, and then August the 8th is my 30th. So it's a big August for me, like, but not just like, I could have got involved with this straight away, but I wanted to find myself and I wanted to be stable. So obviously during this time we've been building this podcast, I'm now into full-time employment. Well, it's a part-time job, but I'm in employment now with Kaleidoscope and Recovery Cymru. So I've actually got a job now doing what I dream of doing, which is helping other addicts try and get clean. And
that's full circle.
That is literally full circle. Bro. That's so sick.
It's mad. They're trying to get prison clearance for me. I'll be working around all the services around the city of Cardiff. I'm in Newport at the moment doing my training. I've got a great team working. Kaleidoscope, they're just amazing. And we got Martin Blakeborough booked in a week, or in about 2 weeks, I think. And he's an owner of Kaleidoscope. So
amazing.
They're just a great charity to work for. And I just can't wait to see what the future holds with them. And I'm security I'm financially stable. I'm mentally stable. My physical health, I just need to polish up on. And I'm seeing my daughter now. Like, I'm starting to get in her life. So
amazing.
Fingers crossed. This next year is a good year for me. So what what about you, Tom? Like, what have you been doing, Enders? Like,
do you know what? Yeah, just like sort of sitting back and thinking about what we've done with all of this. I have been a lot busier. Definitely, I've had so much more. Like, this is a lot more opportunities and stuff like that. The salon's been busier, haven't it?
Ram out.
Definitely.
Do you think that's the lockdown easing? Or?
I don't even know.
It's hard.
It could even be the podcast as well.
I think
people just want to be there.
People are willing, isn't they?
People are saying, I want to get a haircut off Luca now. And
just because he's part of the podcast.
I'm booked. I'm booked.
Well, it's definitely not your skills. I'm joking.
It's like waiting list for me now is like a month. Lucas is like, he's booking up nicely now. He's getting busier and busier.
Yeah.
We're employing somebody. We're looking to get 2 new people. So we've got somebody else come in. Hopefully, potentially. You know what staff's like. It can be a bit. But
2 more staff. That place you got's a bit small for that many staff. So what's going on there? Like,
Okay,
going on there,
basically, it's amazing to announce that we're going to be opening another salon.
yeah.
So Sage Haircare is going to be opening another salon.
Big man, 2
yeah.
salons, two Sage shops.
Sick, man. It's
Yeah.
like
That's amazing, bro. Serious. Like,
thank you, bro.
to see it was just before lockdown, you opened this salon and you're opening another one, bro.
Yeah, at the young age of
22. 222.
Yeah.
Soon come, we'll be like Tony and Guy.
yeah.
Nah, man. That's really good,
anyways.
bro.
Yeah.
How far along are
Honestly.
you with the salon now?
So we literally have just finished up the lease now, and it's a case of just getting the work sorted, bro. Like, obviously, we've got to just we've set it up so that we know exactly what needs to go into the salon straight away. So what we tend to do when we start the salon, we'll CAD out the whole, not CAD out, but like we'll do like this thing. It's called home design, and we'll just design the whole salon before we go in there. So we know exactly what's going in there, what's going where. So we can basically see everything before we've even got in. We see the vision basically. And we can work out then how much it's going to cost. We've got a rough idea of how much we're willing to spend.
Is it like the same type of image of, same theme as Sage and Fairwater?
Yeah, it's got to. Yeah, stay. Go on.
You know, anyways, how consistent we are. I'm just going to stay consistent with the brand. I'm just going to, so basically, it's going to be a shop, and we're going to split it into an academy as well. So we're going to be having a training facility there for other staff members, so that we can train other barbers up.
And other people.
Will he be training? Will he be training soon, or will you just go into your own place and?
Most definitely, yeah.
right?
I'm definitely going to be training.
Yeah, so I'd like to get Luca involved with the training and the other staff members and whoever wants to, really. That's why we create that second opportunity for everybody to have opportunity, because nowhere else in Cardiff is really offering that. So it's nice to see everyone grow. You feel a part of something. There's opportunity there, and that's what business is all about, really. If you're in a, it's like what Drake says, if you're in a position where you can help people, why not? Just, create opportunity, help other people, and just basically just do beautiful business together. So
how far has he come on since the first episode?
Insane. Like, even his cutting ability is crazy now. Like, he cuts my hair to a great standard. I know that he's got a really nice clientele building that trust him, and he's carrying out the Sage way nicely. So he'll be definitely teaching people how to do that very, very soon. And it's just exactly how we planned it from the start in Illu.
Yeah, it's like, it's not. I don't want to say manifestation, but like
You pretty much have, bro.
we said it and it's happened. So if you want to call it that, call it that.
Same as this. So
Manifestation.
yeah.
But I would say obviously we put the work in there to get to that place as well. It never came.
Trust me.
So yeah, but since the first episode,
What have you been doing then since the first
cutting
episode?
hair? Nah. Obviously I've been cutting hair a lot at the salon. It's good because I've gone from trying to get people in now to cutting. Like, I'm cutting enough haircuts a day.
Nice and busy.
Yeah, like I can live now. So, and also I picked up a nice camera. Started getting into videography. Started doing a bit of film.
Done anything?
Well, with
exciting?
with the camera, what it is I didn't realize this yet, but videography and photography, it's like a massive world. You don't just buy the camera and start taking the pictures.
No,
like,
of course.
It don't come ready made.
Harrison knows that.
So obviously Harrison's been helping me out as well, because I've just been binge watching videos and just trying to learn how to use the camera. So at the moment, what I'm doing, I'm just working with people that need some sort of work done for them, and we're just working together so I can learn and they can benefit from me learning as well, type of thing. But do you know Joe? Be Written, obviously you know Be Written. We done a vlog together, and I think that's one of the first videos I videoed and edited. And if you want to check that out, just go on Be Written's YouTube.
It's at Real Be Written.
At Real Be Written on YouTube.
Shout out to
and
Be
it's
Written.
the Pink
Shout out to
Party.
Joe,
Yeah, no.
It's the Pink Party vlog, and I filmed that as well. And if anyone else wants to collaborate with me, just drop me a message on my Instagram, Luca Huxtable.
Yeah, you need, it's all about experience at the start, just building it up, bro. It's the same as like, you start by sweeping the floor, you start by doing free haircuts. It's exactly the same process. You start for free, and then when you get to a level, then You'll be flying, bro.
Is it like anything you want to ultimately do with our camera?
Obviously, the thing is with the camera, it's going to be beneficial for us now because once I've mastered it and smashed it, we can then start providing people more content on our channel. So
Vlogs.
i.e.,
vlogs.
well, we're thinking about doing like festivals and stuff like that.
So yeah, we're going to be doing, well, hopefully getting some festival interviews with some of the artists.
Can't say too much about that
Yeah,
right now.
don't gotta speak too much about that.
There's plenty in the pipeline, innit, boys? You know, we've had a lot of people message us like, "Well, you should be doing this," as you can imagine. But you know, we're pretty like clear on what we want. Want the next year or two to
look like
to come.
Yeah.
So like, you know, boys, you know, I'm just so blessed and happy to you know, what the change has been. Also, we've got new sponsors as well. So we've got
Re-Inspire Printing.
Printing,
amazing company.
Yeah.
Justin.
Bossman Sweets as well.
Bossman Sweets,
Jamal.
they're killing. They're absolutely killing it, man. I'm going on my Instagram feed. I'm scrolling down and boom, there they are.
Both smashing it.
We obviously you heard we got Harrison. We mentioned it not long ago. We got new cameramen
And the camera
as well.
guys as well.
New sound guys.
Big up Super 8 Productions.
Super 8 Productions.
Massive. So there's so much happening.
I just feel like I've had no time to process it, really.
I haven't. Yeah. Like, if I ain't been doing this, like
I know.
at the beginning, obviously I had loads of time to do Central Club. Like I'd be sat in here.
I remember the days.
I'd be sat in here, right, just like sitting here, just imagining like what it'll be like. Now I've got my job as well, which I'm doing 3 days in the week, and then I get one afternoon off on a Wednesday. Like it's not as much time, like, but oh boys, it's amazing, like, and I feel like we got to keep on pushing. Like, you know, them days when we first started and we were out
Remember
with
when
stickers.
Nick took the picture of us?
Do you remember what this office looked like?
Beforehand, I know.
Paint, me and you, we went
Painting.
painted this.
Sticker stamping,
Yeah.
posters, like all that stuff.
Speaking to people going down the bay.
Yeah, it all adds up, man, and
Yeah.
we just got to keep on pushing that, you know. That,
No,
that
we're
coal on the
pushing
fire
that
sort of
pushing
thing.
that unity of Cardiff.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Lifting the
100%.
table together.
Obviously, you know, we've got some. Let's talk about future guests and stuff now. Like, you know, like obviously we got some big guests lined up.
Yeah.
I just
someone
feel
very
like...
Are we name
excited.
dropping or?
I don't think we should.
I don't think we should, but I want people to know that the people that we've got coming up, if you think what we've done already has been sick, the people we've got coming on next are even bigger. So
hit that subscribe button, press that bell icon.
yeah, trust me, because it's going to be worth it,
Yeah.
man, 100%. The way
Yeah.
it's growing has just been phenomenal. So hats off to you guys, and you know, just to
Yeah.
give ourselves a little pat on the back, because it's just been amazing, and the
And,
support has been amazing.
No,
and-
because it's down to every single person that watches, clicks our videos. So
Yeah,
thank all
defo.
of them.
yeah,
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Reality,
it's been sick.
Instagram, that's going up as well. Messages
Yeah.
daily, like it's daily, boys, isn't it? Now
Even
it's
that New York Times, like how, like we New York,
I know.
Epoch Times.
I know it's mad, boys.
how did
do
we
you know
end
what
up in New York?
I mean? I know it's mad.
Concrete.
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
Nah, that's funny how he sings that to Ibby and then he goes New York.
I know, bro. I manifested it.
If that's what you
I
want to
said
call
it and it happened. Nah, bro, come on though. That photo, boys. Like everyone's like, bro, you look rough. And I like, I sent him the photo.
It's just the top knot.
The man.
No, but people are saying to me, bro, they done you dirty there with that photo. I sent him the photo. I sent him the photo.
I asked for that haircut.
Barber, what you want? Shit.
She sent me.
Just fuck me up.
She sent me the thing through. She went, "Congratulations, Colin. It's gone to print." I was like, "What?" I just thought it was online.
Hit the paper.
She sent me the paper, like, yeah, and it.
What, the Epoch Times paper?
Yeah.
Are you mad? I didn't even see that.
to Canada, and it
Mad.
goes to Canada and US, like so.
That's crazy.
Madness, bro.
Mad.
Like,
Mad.
When you think about it, it is so mad.
we've done like we've hit Wales Online, ITV, Epoch. Nah,
The Epoch
bro. We've
Times.
done like so many papers and I like Wales on Sunday.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like I can't like yeah, it's been mad. Like it has been mad. I just
This is the first time as well, like we've captured it, where we've actually been able to talk about what
Yeah,
we've done.
'cause we
and
haven't
actually
really had
think
this-
about it.
It's everything. We're so busy now. We're tied up with everything, but it's good in a good way. Like we're
yeah, something happens like
Look, it's a healthy obsession.
Mm.
Yeah, we're all obsessed with making this work. We want this to be sick, so let's just keep the momentum, guys. Like, just
Yeah.
keep it going and get even bigger and bigger and bigger guests, which is going to happen.
Well, there's one thing we've always wanted to do in it, and that's get the people involved. I think the one thing that's making this work is that it's not called the James English Anything Goes, or it ain't like Joe Rogan. It's the Central Club.
This
is a community.
Club.
This is a community, boys, and this is everyone. So, you know, we've done these catch-up sessions as well because we want to just get like some Q&As off people. Obviously, you know, there was a lot of questions, but there was some quite outrageous. I couldn't really, you know, put loads out here. So I've just chose, you know, 10 off people.
Good few.
Yeah, so I think it's only right that we go and just jump in straight into these boys, okay? So, okay, then this is from a boy, Joe Montgomery. And he says, was there anyone who inspired you to start a podcast? And if so, who? So we could just go and take this in turns if you want, boys.
For me, without a doubt, yeah. Anybody that knows me well and has had their haircut by me back in the house, they know I just love Joe Rogan. They know I'd watch hours of Joe Rogan. So Joe Rogan, for me, is the person that has inspired me the most to start a podcast. Like, I just think the way he's done it is sick. And the guests he gets is just so interesting. I don't even know some of the guests. Like, a lot of the guests I don't know, but they just inspire me. So, yeah, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I started watching Joe Rogan as well. Like, Joe Rogan's the first. What was the question?
Yeah,
who inspired you?
Who inspired it? Yeah, definitely Joe Rogan. And do you know what? Also, True Geordie as well.
He made you realise that someone over here could do it.
Yeah, like True Geordie's involved in that podcasting community, like the culture. Like, Joe Rogan is part of the culture as well, but he's like so far up in his own lane. It's like he's not there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine him having a chat with True Geordie. They might have, but I can't imagine that. But like, you know, that community, like,
He's just like,
and True Geordie, I find him class to watch as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he is good.
Don't you, Carl?
Yeah, I've always been into my podcasts, like Joe Rogan, of course. You know, he was one of the main ones. Also, like, you might not believe me, but I was a big wrestling fan growing up. Stone Cold Steve Austin was one of the first ever podcasts.
Yeah,
like
really?
in the WWE was one of the first ones to jump into the Broken Skull podcast. So I used to watch him. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I used to watch Tinfoil Hat podcast. Shout out Sam Tripoli, Theo Vaughn.
What is that?
Tinfoil Hat, yeah. So it's just every episode they have a different guest on who like specializes in, I don't know, flat Earth or satanic cults or, you know, Pizzagate. Or, do you know what I mean? But I used to sit there and watch him all the time.
Do you believe these conspiracy theories?
Not everyone, but, you know, I look into them more. Like, you know,
can never be too far on one side of the fence, can you? You've always got to be. Because obviously...
He has Eddie Bravo on there. Like, Eddie Bravo goes on Rogan's, don't he? But, like, Eddie Bravo's, like, one of the co-hosts or, like, residents who comes on every now and then. And it's just class, mate. Like, especially, like, you know, when I was in my time of just being fucked on drugs, just sit there and watch him at the end of the night and just think, you know, the world's going to end and shit.
Your dad... What? I got something to tell you, which he told me.
What?
Yeah, here we go.
What?
Your dad, I'm going to drop you in and out, I don't care.
What?
Your dad told me, that you went up the garden with a tinfoil hat on and started walking round.
Oh, fuck. Shut up.
Don't lie. You did, didn't you? You done it.
No.
What's that about? What?
No, I'll tell you what.
Go on, tell us, go.
No, he's lying, bro. No, no, bro, no. I was on Tag before. This happened before, though. I was on Tag, and I told them that I was an astronomer, the cut. I'm an amateur astronomer, and I need to be out, like, in my garden. So they let me have the perimeter of my garden, and they let me out till 11 o'clock at night.
What was you doing, though, Cole? Come on. Do you have a little tinfoil hat on?
No,
Go on,
what
just
was
say
I
it.
trying to do?
Contact the aliens?
No, I had tinfoil in my mouth where I was smoking drugs, not on my head.
I thought you wore a hat. That's for your dad.
No, yeah, he probably, just taking the piss, really, and he's just like, you know what he's like, he's a winder.
He's class.
Like, just calling me a space cowboy sort of thing, and he like, anyway.
Like, you thought, yeah.
Yeah, I swear his dad was like, I saw him on the garden
with a
before
tinfoil hat
tinfoil
around his
hat on
head.
at the
Yeah, I can
garden,
imagine.
contacting aliens.
Looking in the sky, like.
Hello then. On to the next.
Yeah.
This is from. So obviously we've had a couple of questions, and some people ask kind of like the similar ones or on this. So this is from Joel and James CF10, and this is: if you could have anyone on the show, dead or alive, who would it be? And that's for all three. Now, this is tough. So I'm going to let you two go first, and then I can kind of.
Do you want me to go first? I reckon, like, it's going to be one of them ones where I'm going to say someone, and I'm going to go, why didn't I say him in a couple of days' time?
Go on, just say someone.
Bruce Lee.
No, that's a mad one.
Because he's the way he thinks, so, like, he's so technical and just, he's like, he thinks on another level, and he's like, deflect negativity, like, absorb information. Like, that's how he thinks, like.
I like your hand movements.
That's how he moves, isn't it? Like,
Okay. Yourself?
Honestly, John Lennon.
Yeah, it's deep.
Ooh.
I reckon that would be a sick
I
one.
want to change mine, Andrew.
I just reckon that would be a mad one. Like, do you get me?
Yeah.
John Lennon, I reckon, you know, the stuff he probably experienced in his life. Do you get me? Especially being part of the Beatles, you know, how he changed his mind over his life, all his LSD and all that deep sort of thinking that he'd been through. So I reckon
So
John
many,
Lennon would be a mad one to talk to. He would be a mad chat, wouldn't he?
I'd love to chat to the geezer that shot him.
Yeah, they did an interview with him.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, they've done an interview already with him. You can see it online.
See, like, what was
I'll put the link
going
in the
through his head,
description.
like, to do something like that.
Bro.
He thought he was basically John Lennon said that we're probably bigger than Jesus, and the guy didn't like it. That's why he shot him.
He was waiting outside his house for days, weren't he?
Well, no, there's a photo of him and the person who shot him
for the signature, didn't he, the day before? And then he was like a mad fan sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you know, they just.
What about you, Cole?
Well, I'll say straight away, if someone alive, it's Alex Jones. It's got to be, and probably if they're dead, it would either be JFK.
Whoa, that's a mad one.
Or Bill Hicks.
Nah, JFK's a mad one, bro. That's a sick.
Yo, what? So we're doing dead and alive?
Alex Jones,
Conspiracy theory.
InfoWars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you know
he's been
what?
on Joe
That
Rogan.
Alex Jones guy, he rambles on and he does talk nonsense, but he does talk a few.
Oh yeah, he's good, man. He's
Yeah.
good.
JFK, that's a nice shot.
JFK, I would have wanted.
Tutankhamun.
That's just absolutely
They're just
mad.
yeah. They're
He
just
probably
mad.
can't even speak, bro.
Yeah.
He probably just like paid someone to talk for him.
He was crippled, wasn't he?
Was he?
Yeah.
I know he was
disabled.
like about that tall.
Yeah, he had a club foot. Is it club foot when you have one long foot?
Maybe, yeah. I feel like that.
It is just a mad name though, Clubfoot.
Because his foot is shaped like a driver.
Yo, man.
But obviously, he was like in that time, weren't he? The pyramids and that. So
You know.
All right, and if it was someone from like literally pre 1900s.
Jesus.
Oh, obviously,
Jesus Christ.
It would be someone, yeah.
It'd be
you'd
a
have to
prophet
chat
or
to like
something, yeah.
Jesus or something like that, wouldn't you? You'd have to, bro. You're like,
The Prophet Muhammad.
yeah, someone, just somebody,
Henry VIII.
a mad
Ooh,
thinker.
yes.
Why
Napoleon.
are you such a dog, man? Why are you killing all these
Socrates
women?
or
They
something
probably only
mad like
wanted
that.
one from each.
Sorry, guys. But yeah, you kind of get the idea. Obviously, we're very inspired by your likes of Joe Rogan. And they are the GOAT, like, in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the other question. All right, then. This is from Adam.
Why did you say it like that?
I don't know. Adam, what's the main reason you wanted to start the Central Club? Because we wanted to be a platform.
A voice for adversity.
We are a voice for adversity, and we feel like there needs to be a voice heard, and
Cardiff need to stomp their feet, man.
yeah. Like people say, like Gaz said as well. Like maybe you should travel around on the road and that. No, mate. I want to bring people to Cardiff. I want Cardiff to be a hub. I want people to think, do you know what? You know, like he said something great, and he said instead of wanting to be a fan, be the person. Do you know what I mean? Be the artist.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're trying to be. Like we're trying to make it pop. Basically.
We're trying to make things possible in Cardiff, basically, when it comes to, you know, people having a platform. So this is what this is.
Yeah, and obviously a major part of doing it was for my mental health, to keep me busy and to open up my story, your story, other people's stories, to make them feel like they're accepted and you can do anything. That's kind of why we started the Central Club.
Mm-hmm.
If that answers Adam. Zach, if you could give one piece of advice 5 years ago, what would it be?
To yourself.
To yourself, yeah. Sorry, to yourself.
Bitcoin.
Shit, I missed the boat.
Bitcoin, that's funny, man.
That would definitely be Tom's.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Nah,
XRP.
Now, what would it actually be, Lou?
if I was going back to myself, I'd just say, how many years?
5 years.
5. So how old am I?
You're 16.
16-year-old me. I think I'd just be coming out of school and I don't know, because I'd say go start a podcast. I'm joking. Nah, I don't even know. I don't even know. I think I would just say, look, bro, just carry on doing you, because you know what? You don't even turn out that bad anyway.
What about you,
nice.
Tom?
My younger self, I would say, forget what people think about you completely as soon as you can. Because at the end of the day, the people that you're hanging around with, you're probably just going to end up just drifting anyways.
Yeah.
And you'll find your people. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I would say it'd be step 1, find yourself, forget what people think about you, and then step 2, go and find your people and do your thing, whatever you feel that is. That's what I would say.
That's a good,
Yeah,
good
man.
answer.
What about you, Cole?
If it was 5 years ago, I would have just come out of prison and I would have done a TV program called The School of Hard Knocks. And from that program, I got a job with the Riva Trains. So obviously, it wouldn't have brought me to this position now. But I always regretted how I went about things. I could have had a great job with them. So it would have been not steal from people, because I got sacked for stealing something in there. But other than that, 5 years ago, we would have just been, just, I don't know, mate. It's tough. Like,
Get
I got
yourself out of that situation. Like, just change your people.
I wish, I think it was similar to you as well. Not worry what other people think about you, and
find yourself. More,
yeah. I just wish 5 years ago I got clean. Basically, do you know what I mean? I wish I could change my life then. I wish I could know, there's more to life then, because I couldn't really see that. And believe in myself. I didn't think I could do anything after drugs, whether it was a year into drugs, 2 years. I literally thought my life was writ off as soon as I started smoking heroin.
That's one more
do you
thing.
know what I mean?
That's so true what you said. Like, because that's one more thing I wanted to say as well. What you said, basically, everybody is projecting, you can't do this. It's not actually that I can't do it. It's that you can't do it. You can't do it. So you're projecting that on me.
You might believe in it yourself. It's them people.
I believe in what I can do. Do you get me? And what I feel I'm capable of achieving right now. Who are you to tell me what I can't do?
Exactly.
Do you get me? So that's right what you're saying. Believe in yourself.
I want to add one thing to that as well. Is back then, like, don't wish your life away. So I always wanted to be 18. I want to be 21. But now I'm older. I just want to be young, man.
Your time back,
do you know what I'm saying, bro? So don't wish your life away, because it goes quick.
Enjoy the moment and just be yourself.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
got to be fair. So, okay, this is from Ruben. This is a good one, especially locally. So, who do you think is gonna blow in the? Who do you think is due to blow in the Cardiff music scene?
There's so much talent in Cardiff. Yeah.
I want you to start with this, Luke.
Look, there's so much talent in Cardiff.
Say Mace Man.
Mace Man, obviously, but obvious. That goes without saying.
Thanks.
Mace Man. 6 p.m. goes without saying. But with Cardiff now, there's so much like people that I think are at their boiling points that it could be anyone right now. But I just reckon if it's just to answer the question, who do I think is going to blow? I think local. If he hasn't already, but
yeah, it's what do you define as blow?
Yeah. What's blow?
Like local said, is it someone on a music video with Gucci trainers and money, or because
is it someone who has 1 million views?
Like local traumatic. These people are up there anyway. I don't know what you mean by blow, but if you mean like commercial,
if we're saying underground, like I reckon I like that M9. I reckon he's hard.
M9 is. Listen, he's got the image, he's got the bars.
I like his voice. His voice is alright.
And for the music that's about now, this drill music, it's he's on it. Like, do you know what I mean? The music videos look, the visuals are good, and
I think personally, as long as he stays true to his brand, he He brands himself properly. He invests time, invests money, gets the right team behind him. I think B Written's going to the stars.
Be written, yeah. I didn't even think, but you know what?
Yeah, do you know what? That's a big one.
And let me just say
That's a
this
big one.
as well, because I filmed a vlog for him the other day, and I got the chance to perform. Like,
Watch him perform.
I had a chance to watch him perform. He is a performer. Like, I said this. I was like, if I had to pay to go and watch that, I wouldn't be disappointed. I'd be like, do you know what? This guy kept me watching. I kept me listening. So I reckon if someone gives him the right,
as long as he's got the
opportunity-
right team, the right people around him that can like brand him correctly and make sure that he's constantly on brand and constantly doing his thing, and his videos are always perfect, and
Mum's life.
he's flying, bro. 100%.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be a bit like I'm gonna put this into two questions because there's so many things like I really want to work for people. I would have said Joel. I would agree on both of these, yeah. Like, but I think who's on the way already. So will blow is Mace the Great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
This is what I said. There's so many.
How would you even forget that? And Luke Harvey. I think Luke Harvey.
Yeah. I think, bro, there's so many in it.
Bro,
yeah.
keep going.
But I'm like these two. This is maybe biased, but I really think right if they go the right way about it, and number one work rate on this is Massacred. They should be up there being recognised. They should be.
He's been doing it since I was a young bro in the youth club.
Yeah. And the other one, now I've just started seeing him doing it, and I'm looking at his visuals and his bars. It's blue. I really do, bro. Like, I want him to blow.
Yeah,
I saw the
remember
Silk
Blue.
Crayon freestyle that he did.
Bro, the
Was it
guy's
a
been
freestyle or is it
super
just
talented from day, bro. He could sit you now and freestyle for about half hour
Talent.
and be good at it. Like,
That's amazing.
trust me.
And do you know what else, boys? The producers. There's producers in Cardiff now, and that's like that. I think the producers is elevating the artist, and it's like
That was the problem years ago. We'd all just go on YouTube and type in a tune. You know, when these London
we got
producers
Donny
had the
Prod,
plugs.
we got Ruben, we got Silk Crayon, you know, we've got Chris.
Rich.
Yeah,
Chris
Rich.
Rich. Do you
Chris
get me?
Rich from Cardiff, one of our own. Like, he's like
Amazing.
up there. Like, we've worked.
Yeah, you know, that's a good question. That's a good question, Ruben.
And Kai as well, Kai Reese as well, doing amazing things.
Yeah, another producer. Is he producer and musician?
So
or
he
what?
does like engineering, producing, and he also raps as well. And he's, you know, he's amazing.
So many. But you know, the
Talented,
other
bro.
thing as well, though, like, you know, you can just pay a couple bags to go on GRM and then people will automatically think, oh, yo, he's doing bits, he's on GRM.
Yeah.
Well, no, not really.
Nah, there's some real talent in
But
Cardiff.
there
that
is
needs to be
talent out there.
recognised.
We need to have our own platform. Like, shout out to Marvin as well for his 10 toes
Roman
TV, what he's
Yassin.
doing.
All of them, yeah.
You know?
There's so many people that deserve recognition.
Okay, here's another Cardiff one then. This is from Mr. Avoff. Best takeaway in Cardiff.
Can I answer this one first, lads?
Go on, then.
Go on.
Right, you go first. I
No,
don't
go
know.
on.
Nah, do it. Go
I
on.
just want to go, whatever the name of that place I went to this morning. Do you know, like, we were on about guys eating food and then feeling good after? Bro, that food was banging.
Where was it?
Do you know View?
The international market
what it's
on the
called?
Sunday, the Indian.
Yeah,
van.
the Indian van right at the top. You know about that one? Bro, no, I had the veggie breakfast.
Yeah, there
bro.
wasn't any bad.
Dumpling, it's delicious, bro.
Yeah,
Delicious.
amazing. Oh, my favourite takeaway in Cardiff, yeah, for like, bro, it's got to be Sen Barbecue.
Ooh.
It has to be
They
do a
Sen
nice wrap,
Barbecue.
innit?
If you know about Sen
Yeah,
Barbecue,
Sen's paying.
they are just
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, well, I like Pennsylvania fish butter because it's pen out of pen. I'm joking. Shout out
Ravioli
Farouk though. Yeah,
Where
Sen's
then?
bum.
where are you thinking then, Cole?
Well, like if you're from Fairwater, everyone just chooses yummies, innit? It's just dirt though,
I don't know
really.
about yummies too much.
It's not yummy at all.
It's,
It's fucking bummy.
Yeah, but I mean,
Nah, it's nice if you just. Do you know what, bro? I've never been to a takeaway, right, where you order it and it's there in about 2 minutes time. It's like
but
as
they
if
do
like,
live by there though.
bro,
Don't
listen.
throw away like.
I could be in there waiting for my food longer than it does when it delivers to me. You ask, what? Maybe it's just like because the Maces have yummies all the time and they're like, quick, we gotta go to our best. But like, if you
haven't had
ask
it
most
for
people, they're
long.
quick.
Indian. What's
So where is it then, Cole? Come on.
I'm gonna have to say, bro. Well, I'll just say, can you get a delivery from GDK?
German doner kebab?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
All right, I'll just
No,
say
it's a
Jesus, yeah.
takeaway.
Well,
so
the one in
it's not
Cardiff,
delivery.
you think that's the best
No,
thing?
no, look at you, like.
Quesadilla.
I'm just a Five Guys or something, bro. It's just nice, like. Is that takeaway or what?
I thought you were on about family owned, like,
Oh,
nice takeaway.
okay. Oh, boys, this is hard.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
It's hard. I'm just gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to traditional fish bar. Shout out Jamie Hughes for delivering. He's been putting stickers out for us as well. Jamie Hughes, traditional fish bar in Danes Court, fish and chips, banging.
Posh.
Are you on about Posh?
Posh, yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
mad, isn't it? The Posh fish and chip
Posh fish and
company.
chip shop. If you haven't been there, go and check it out. Banging fish and chips.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was the other question?
Okay, next. This question is from Izzy J, and he says, "What are your pet hates, and what gets under your skin?" Do you want to go first?
For me, it's a liar. That's the thing I hate the most in life. Somebody who's a liar. That's I said that's so evil then, didn't I? Like, I hate a lie. Nah, yeah. For me, somebody who lies is the worst thing. Like, that's my pet hate. And also when I get flipping hair splinters in my finger, that's a nightmare as well, in a little, you know. But yeah, they're my two pet hates, a liar and hair splinters.
You?
2 pet hates.
No, it's your
That's
pet
just-
hate
yeah.
and what gets under your skin.
Gets under my skin. I don't even know, man. Do you ever see me get vexed about anything, boys?
Not really.
But you might like.
Oh, I got one.
Wool.
When I'm driving in my car, yeah, and I want to listen to my music, and Cullen's going, "Let me play a song."
You joker, mate.
But that's
you?
my pet hate. I'm joking.
My pet hate. I don't know, man. But what gets under my skin is
Dirty car as well.
I don't know, boys. I don't know. It's a bit of a dodgy one. Like, I really should have read these questions before because I just don't know. Like, you know, there's a lot of things that do my head in, but I can't really think off the top.
I
of my
would
head.
say for you, yeah, noticing you, it's like when things, like if something slightly goes out of plan or there's a lack,
Yeah. Like if I plan something, like, and then it goes to shit, then yeah,
you just get vexed.
that's fair. Probably, yeah. Like that's
the only guy I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I just got OCD in it, so I just think like when if this don't work, then
It'll
yeah,
swing you out.
I just think it's the end of the world basically, and
What's-
I fly off things basically.
What's the next one, bro?
Okay, do you have a target audience, and is there a genre you're trying to create? We don't, you know.
We don't have a target. We have a specific type of person that we know will definitely want to listen to this if they do
Yeah.
listen to it, which is obviously people who are going through things, people who just want to hear
Adversity.
raw, honest conversation about life. But in terms of a genre, no, not really. We're broad.
Yeah, just an honest podcast.
Yeah. We have a narrative though, which is obviously mental health, success, your own level of success,
Yeah.
and just that along the lines.
Not defining what success
Yeah.
is, like in it, like you said, your own success. And
Yeah,
Putting each other on, all that.
yeah,
yeah.
helping each other and stuff.
Okay, this question is from Kieran. Oh no, well yeah.
Kieran.
This is a personal one. He's saying, "Cullen, you've come so far over the last 12 months. Where do you see yourself?" And I just see myself being part of the Central Club, growing a stronger relationship with Tom and Luca. I'm hoping my job will come on leaps and bounds, and yeah, just being in a positive place, good relationship with my daughter, and so on.
Nice.
This question is anonymous, and it says, "I tried to sleep with my girlfriend's best mate while she was in bed."
What is it? Wait, there is this a question or is this? So this is like he wants advice.
Yeah,
so
do you know what?
Let's just give him advice
Right,
then.
I thought it was a question. Well, it is a question. It's a
Alright, let's
question.
do it.
Isn't a question of someone who I know, but he says anonymous. But it rhymes with mucus.
But it's Luca with an S.
Yeah, so he says, "I tried to sleep with my girlfriend's best mate while she was in the bed. It was a drunken mistake, and I
Wait,
still."
what? So he was in a bed with his girlfriend and with his girlfriend's
Mate,
friend.
yeah. And he tried to sleep with her. But it was a drunken mistake, and he still loves her. What shall he do?
First of all, how did that situation even happen?
Well, obviously, his missus mate, obviously just a dirtbag, really. who obviously don't care about her friend.
Yeah,
like,
obviously, I don't know, like, the ins and outs of it.
you're not offending no one here, Luke. Like, literally, like, he's asking for advice.
Listen.
Just be honest.
Listen, I would, if it was me, and I tried to work it out with her and she didn't want none of it, then
Leave it, yeah.
leave it. Nah.
You got, listen, like, you obviously don't love the girl, mate. Like, you tried banging her best mate in the same bed, like, as she's next to you.
Yeah, but he's saying it's a drunken mistake.
I
You're
just,
still,
I
obviously,
just,
you're drunk, you still know what you're doing, but...
Drunken mistakes are sober thoughts.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. Like, I don't know.
You liked that one then, didn't you, Lou? I've had that said to me too many times.
Okay.
He was waiting for that one.
This one's for you,
yeah.
Luca. Luca, are there any? This is from Kira, and she says, "Luca, are there any past goals that you didn't achieve that you now think you could or would still like to do?"
Ooh, I like that question, bro. Definitely. I want to make a film. One of my biggest goals in life. If I made a film, I've been writing a plot, I've been making this whole world, because I think with films you've got to make a whole world, haven't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then-
in the Marvel films.
Well, that's what
Tarantino
Tarantino says. That's what Tarantino says on his recent episode of Joe Rogan. He
There
said
you
you've got to
go.
basically create like a
And
world.
Tarantino,
Yeah, well, that's what he
actually,
mixes his films in. Same as well, like Adam Sandler kind of does with a lot of his
I
films.
actually
He
look
plays
up
them
to
in.
him as well. Like I think the way he does it, Tarantino. I know it's cliche to Tarantino, like, but when I was growing up, my mum was like, "Oh, my favorite film is Kill Bill." Not Kill Bill, sorry, Pulp Fiction. And I started watching it. I didn't even know Quentin Tarantino's name, but I was watching that film because my mum said it was her favorite film. So, but when I found out it was him, and I was like, "Yo, that's mad! Like, this guy must think." When I'm going back to like making the film, me and Lucas.
A good friend, yeah.
Yeah, me and Lucas. No, I was just laughing because fucking the last question.
Yeah.
But basically, we're trying to do this together, and anyone else who wants to help me as well. But that's definitely one thing that I've started that I haven't done, but I really would like to do.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, this one's for you, Tom.
Uh-huh.
Someone's put, if there's any animal you would scrap, what would it be?
That's a mad question.
Scrap.
If there's any animal I could scrap,
Or would want to scrap? And don't make it easy and say, like, I don't know, something soft.
a pug, because I just reckon they look ugly.
That's rude, man. Okay. Cameron put, who does the marketing for the Central Club? Well, we all kind of do marketing. Obviously, once we first started, like we were going out. Me and Luke was going out like sticker stamping. We were meeting people. We get like Johnny Salmon and Ronnie wanted to put out posters for us. We all share the Instagram account. Zach done a lot of the obviously graphics and the logo. Tom's pretty switched on with certain things he does as well, which is a massive help behind the scenes. So yeah, it's kind of a collective really and a joint effort. If one kind of slacks
you'll
off,
just bring it in like that.
yeah, you know, like if I take the foot off the pedal, I'm sure Lucas steps on heavier or vice versa. So that's where the marketing side comes into it. We haven't paid for ads or nothing like that. If that's what people are thinking, we haven't done any of that. It's all been off our own back, and like obviously the ITV News, the BBC Wales Online, it's all helped us. Like you know, so yeah. This question is from Brittany, and she says, do you think there should be more services for mental health? And I do, of course, Brittany. I think we all do. There should never be enough, I don't think.
There needs to be more therapists. I think what they should do, and I think the government should do this, where they actually, if they should make it easier for people to train as therapists. So if you want to become a social worker or a therapist, there should be easier access to be able to learn how to do that so you can help the people around you. That's what I think.
Yeah, I definitely think there should be more. Hence why we're doing this, because there's lack of it. Like you know, a big thing we're trying to do is make mental health more aware and acceptable. So yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, nice.
And we got one more question here, and this is from Kelly, and she says, "What do you think of the freedom protests in London? Hardly any media coverage. There was no social distancing and not many vaccinated people. What are your views on the censorship of freedom of speech and, censorship in general?"
Well, even if you look at the Free Palestine, let's take it to there, just quickly. 100% Free Palestine. What's happening over there is disgusting. But if you look at Instagram, all these companies, these platforms, they're all censoring people. I've got a good friend of mine who's got a really large following online, and all he's promoting is Free Palestine, as he should. Yeah, he wants to, really get the word out there because of the following he's got as well. And they're blocking his, removing his posts, they're deleting videos off his account. So even with the COVID situation, you look, when you post something about COVID, it's always COVID information.
Yeah. Well,
that.
Mark Drakeford's done it. When we talk about Mark Drakeford, I'm sure something come out about COVID.
Yeah, even on our
It's
episode
like
with
they're
Mark
trying to
Drakeford,
jump on anything.
as soon as you put COVID in the title, it's like, things get, they can control what they want out there, really. So it's,
It's like they definitely, like with the match as well, going back to that, what's the reason for the match? Do you guys know?
Well, it's for freedom. I thought I had the understanding that it was to do with music events and stuff. And
No, but that's
one of them, is it, or the narrative they're putting? I don't know.
People just want to be free. People don't want to be locked down anymore.
They don't want to be locked down, and they don't want to have a vaccine if they need to have a vaccine. There should be a choice at the end of the day.
Yeah,
if you feel like you're at risk, or you feel like you'd be at risk if you have it, then it's up to you if you have it or not. The other people getting vaccinated, it's not going to kill them because they're being vaccinated.
And also,
so let them just do what they want to do.
It doesn't eliminate COVID either.
Well, look, people have already
COVID
started
doesn't go.
catching it. Look, if the vulnerable are vaccinated on a vaccine that is it works, but there's also this chance they could still get it. If they want to get it, they can get it. They're vaccinated then, right? The people that don't want to be vaccinated, right? That's up to them. How that virus spreads between them.
Yeah, it's down to them. If you want to make it your own thing, crack on.
If you're vaccinated, you're not going to get it anyways. Well, supposedly, compared to this variant.
There are a lot of people that are catching COVID that have been vaccinated.
Well, the funny thing I heard the other day now is, you hear a lot of people who say about control, I don't want to be controlled, and they say about, I'm going to get vaccinated now if I want to go on holiday. But now I'm hearing now that in Spain and other places, they're saying that you can't fly if you've been vaccinated. So they've had you both ways.
Here's a mad one.
It's mad, isn't it?
They've bagged you both ways.
So when did we go in our first lockdown? Yeah, March the 11th, was it? Something like that, like 2020, ages ago. Before COVID hit that hard, there was a conspiracy theory going round, that we're all going to have to be vaccinated and we're not going to be able to leave our country until we get vaccinated. And I remember
They've done a simulation.
I remember,
That's what they done.
No, I'm saying there was a conspiracy saying that we're basically because of COVID.
But it was from the simulation they tried doing. They done a fake simulation about a worldwide virus event, and they simulated it to see how many people would get infected. And Bill Gates was something to do with that simulation.
Bill Gates,
and then it happened.
Bill Gates done a TED talk a couple of years ago.
3-4 years ago, saying the same thing
about how a virus would be the one thing that we should worry about.
Out of everything that's happening, that was it. And it was like out of the blue.
It's just like, we got to get to it. It's like there has to be a situation where we have to just, this is going to keep going and going and going and going and going.
Yeah.
We're going to have to learn to live with this virus. It needs to just stop now. We need to get to a situation where, look, no matter how many times you change this, it's gonna change. There's gonna be variants. We need to just learn how to live with this virus. Otherwise, we're just gonna be constantly going into lockdowns. It's not good for people's mental health. We need to learn how to live as a society and just get on with it. Because things are just getting ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's hard though, because saying that, look at it from the other point of view as well. Of the next virus could be deadlier.
Yeah, I know.
So how are we gonna prevent that from happening?
I know. So we could go in about this for hours and hours and hours, and I think maybe we should either get a guest on who specialises in, the
COVID,
truth.
yeah.
Or, something about COVID, but we definitely will. Like, we got to wrap it up because we're running out of time. It's been amazing, boys, that we've actually caught up like this. We will be doing this more often. It's down to you, public demand as well. If you would want to do more Q&As and stuff, we'll do that, but we'll definitely catch up on every 10th episode anyway. So we just want to say a big thank you to everyone who showed the support. Keep watching every Sunday, 8 p.m. Stay central.
Stay central.
Love, bro.
The Central Club.